If you're a heating, air conditioning technician, or even a salesperson, what's a word track that you could use to convey an important message when you're talking to a client? This is a powerful question. I'm Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live for HVAC technician sales secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about you from South Point. I'm on the big island of Hawaii. All right, I'm as far south as you can go for the United States, right? You got Key West, but I'm on South Point. I'm at the big island. So I figured I'd bring the heat. It gets hot here, it gets windy here, so I've got both those things today. Sunset's in about an hour and a half, but I'm still gonna bring the heat. So a word track is a snippet or a part of a sales conversation. It can be used to overcome objections. It can be used to interject in the conversation. It can be used in a lot of different ways. It's a Swiss Army knife of sales, right? It really is. It's a Swiss Army knife of sales. You can modify it to fit your needs, okay? So this can be a question or it can be a statement. And so I need to have an adult conversation with you. You're probably gonna have to put on your big boy pants or your big girl pants. Okay, that's the statement. I need to have an important conversation with you. You're probably gonna need to put on your big boy pants or your big girl pants. You could use that as a standalone. You can modify it accordingly. Or we can ask this as a question. Would you like me to have the super important conversation with you? You're probably gonna have to put on your big girl pants. You're probably gonna have to put on your big boy pants. Right? It's like you're telling them, this is super importante. Hello, this is super importante, right? And with echo, echo, echo. And so there's a lot of times where you as a salesperson, you as an entrepreneur, you as a person out in the field doing some work, you need to grab people's attention and be like, listen, I need you to pay attention. I need you to pay attention. But like if you say it like that, it may come across wrong. So you can come across and say, this is super importante, super important. I need to have the big boy pants conversation with you or the big girl pants conversation. Would you be opposed to having the big boy pants, the big girl pants conversation? And you know, here's what's gonna happen is you may think that a buyer's gonna get upset with you and they're gonna be like, why are you saying this? You know, you may think that they're gonna get upset and have a problem with it, but at the end of the day, you do have to have the moral courage to continue on with the conversation and say what everybody else is scared to say. And a lot of salespeople don't want to rock the boat because they don't understand that you do need friction in a conversation. It's okay to have friction. If you watch a good drama or you watch a good movie, there's always friction between the two characters that builds a bond. One of the greatest love stories ever, right? One of the greatest love stories ever has got Will Smith in it. And Martin Lawrence, you got Bad Boys. Bad Boys is a great love story. In the beginning, neither one of those guys, Marcus Burnett and Mike Lowry, didn't get along. There was a lot of friction, and then there was a bonding point and everything was okay, right? You're like, hey, Scott, you actually got Bad Boys to be in this conversation. Yeah, absolutely, right? And this is why you should join my email list. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel, which means private coaching, private training, discounted coaching, discounted training. A URL just popped up. Go there, drop it in a browser, drop in your name and your best email address. I'll give you the goods. Like really, it's not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel. I got to pay for my bad habits. Trips to Hawaii, medium ribeye steaks, aloha shirts, tacos, you know the routine. So at some point, it's the adult conversation that has to happen in the room. Like, would it be okay with you if I had the big boy pants conversation with you as a salesperson? You may say yes, and you may be scared, you may be apprehensive, that's okay. And then would it be a ridiculous idea to have the big boy pants conversation with you or the big girl pants conversation with you about what's going on with your product, with your service, with your gizmo, with anything, with your team, right? You got to be willing to go deep and talk about things that nobody else is willing to do. You know, I'm willing to talk to business owners, entrepreneurs, offer owners, practitioners, and say, hey, we got to have the big boy pants, the big girl pants conversation. Are you opposed to that? No. Let's jump into it. Now we're getting somewhere, right? You could tie that kicker on. Now we're getting somewhere. There you go. You got one of three things to do from here. Just one of three. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow if this is social media. Or 3, share this video with a friend. Tag them. And if you're like, hey, Scott, what does South Point look like? Well, back there above the white car, there is a pillar that flashes a light at night that says, hey, you got a big island here. Hawaii's a pretty big island. You got the sunset that's about to happen in about an hour. And then out this direction, you got Kona. Kona's out there. It takes about an hour and a half to get back. There you go. We'll see you soon. Aloha and mahalo.